Welcome to the doubleheader here at the Exbalto Islands, here at the streets of Donet City. This is a two-race weekend. Both races are half distance what they normally would be. However, they do award full points each on two very different racetracks. One is a little short oval, about a mile short oval. It's actually more of a trapezoidal shape. Well, not really, but it's kind of a slanted, angular track that will be a very interesting track to race on. And the other is a long street circuit located just on the other side of the industrial sector. So this could be a very interesting weekend, since these are two very short dash races that I think a lot of drivers need to be concerned with. And I'm thinking it might be a bit of an interesting race, especially when we get to the Grand Prix circuit later on tomorrow. However, with that being said, the championship is really heating up, and right now, you've got to be very careful with who's going to be a threat as the season goes on, because we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, and right now, Nick Pericles, Alex Rowe, and Matty Maya kind of have a big points lead right now over everybody else. So it's do or die for them. Bobby Jones leads the field of 36 down to the green here for the first race in the Exbaltan capital of Donet City. Green flag is out on his outside. You also have Nico Polyakov. This could be a very interesting race here on a very, very short oval here. It's a 1 mile. It's not really it's an oval. It's more of a roval, if anything. And Bobby Jones gets off to a big lead, as it looks like Sebastian Torres is already underneath Madeline Maya going for third. This could be a big move for Torres. However, Madeline Myatt holds off here. The other two main championship contenders are a little further back. Nick Pericles is a little further behind Madeline Myatt. And Alex Rowe, who has been a subtle surprise all season, is way down the order and currently fighting for the lower points. So if you're Rowe, you got to be really careful you don't do anything stupid. Close racing here between Kyle Schock Jr., Kenny Myatt, and Aiden Shepard, as they're all beating and banging through the field, trying to get the field to go here. As looks like Shepard is going to do his best to throw a block there on Myatt. Great showing there by Shepard. And Myatt's trying to throw a block on Schock as well. Meanwhile, Bobby Jones and Nico Polyakov have pulled away from third position Madeline Myatt, who has pretty much cemented herself in third. Polyakov, however, is going to try and go underneath the young Californian driver, Bobby Jones. This could be a pretty big move if he pulls it off. However, Polyakov isn't going to try down there. Making his first ARCSOA Elite Series start is Jack Halleck. Halleck is going to be driving for the Team Aussie for Team Australia next year. That will be, or for Pertec Racing Team Australia. Halleck is, of course, an Australian driver. Doing his best here for Action Terra, filling in for Eric DeMax, who is done for the season. And Halleck is going to do his overall best here to show what he can do. Halleck has been a lot faster than Grayson Ace Vito this weekend. Zachary Fitzwater will be the other driver driving for the Pertec team next year. Quite fitting that the Australian drivers next year, or two of the three Australian drivers on the grid next year, the other Zayden Davidson, the third are going to be driving for the Australian team next year, with a possibility of Australia returning to the schedule for a two-race stint. That could be a good thing for Australia, or at least an Australian-New Zealand kind of duo there. Polyakov is still making Bobby Jones' life a little bit difficult by the end of lap 10 of 75 here. Like I said, it's only 75 miles this race is, so you've got to be real careful with some of the moves you make in this race, because one move could cost you, and there's not a lot of time to make up positions on this track. And with only doing 32-second lap times, this isn't expected to be a terribly long race, and it wasn't expected to be a very high attrition race either. But Polyakov has been all over the back of Jones since the start of this race, and Polyakov's looking to maybe get by him. Jones is, of course, going for his first ARCSOA Elite Series victory. There was a lot of concerns about Madeline Myatt before this race even began, because she has dual Amari and American citizenship. So therefore, she's automatically granted Amarian citizenship because she is the daughter, or the granddaughter, actually, of Amarian Prime Minister Eric Forsyth. However, Madeline Myatt is going to be very, there's a lot of bodyguards around her and her father, Kenny Myatt, who is, of course, married to the daughter of the Amarian Prime Minister. And Madeline Myatt's going to need to be, or has been very careful this weekend with a lot of armed bodyguards. They've actually flown the Myatts in from Amaria, where they've been staying for this weekend via military jets. So, kind of not sure how Amaria's explaining that one to their populace, using the presidential jet to fly in for a motor race, really, but I guess it might work. Battle for 5th heating up between Zachary Fitzwater and Vance Caldwell. Fitzy is looking to pretty much grab the spot. I think down here he should grab it over Caldwell. This is the tightest turn on the course, and Fitzwater just has more power than him. Although Caldwell and the Marlone's really starting to look powerful. That Marlone engine's actually been getting a lot better lately. And Caldwell will be back with the Marlone team next season. Jake Baskinger, Chris Dodd, Kenny Myatt, and a couple other drivers. There's Chris Dodd and Kenny Myatt. All need to get some good results here in the Exbalto Islands, or else their championship is going to come to a screeching halt. Because after this weekend, we only have 2 races left. And it's going to be incredibly difficult for them to start getting up the order in the points-wise, because Myatt's 52 down, and he's going to need a lot to really maintain a solid championship. And same for Baskinger and Dodd. However, lucky for them, Nick Pericles isn't really on top of his game today. However, the driver that I would be, and neither is really Alex Rowe. However, the driver I would be worried about is definitely the driver of the 81 today. She is already, Madeline Myatt has caught the back end of Nico Polyakov, and Madeline Myatt is on course to possibly take her first victory if the pit stop cycle works out well. And if she wins her first race in the Exbalto Islands, that, gosh, with how unstable the Exbalto Islands are, and with the amount of hatred for Amarian Nationals here in Donet City, who knows what will happen if Madeline Myatt pulls off a victory, or her father, Kenny Myatt, does here. As the race would move on throughout the first stint, Bobby Jones would continuingly gap now back to 2nd and 3rd place. Sebastian Torres is the car mainly on a move right now in the 4th position. Torres has really caught the back end of Madeline Myatt, and Polyakov's really fallen off the back end of Jones, while Myatt's been catching Polyakov. Bobby Jones would lead off the lead, well, wouldn't lead it off because Nico Polyakov hit it a lap early. However, pit stop cycles would begin here, as it looks like William Brock stays out an extra lap and actually laps the Nico Polyakov car, as Chris Dodd stays out, also does Kenny Myatt, and a lot of these guys that are fighting for points, they're going to hope for a yellow, and man, they almost got them there between Kyle Schock and Scott Roush there, as they kind of maneuver their way around the field. Here comes the majority of everybody else to pit road. Got to be real careful. There's Polyakov staying, or coming back out of the pits right there. A little further up the field, we've got to see how the pit stops play out for the 81 and the 3 car. We know the 81 has flubbed pit stop strategy before. It doesn't look like that'll be the case today. Actually, though, it looks like Polyakov's going to grab the lead, though, at this rate. Polyakov is fast, and it takes over this lead of this race. That is a very good move there by Nico Polyakov to grab the lead of the race away from Bobby Jones. However, can William Brock do anything, considering William Brock stayed out? And Brock has a slow pit stop, but there goes Polyakov, Jones, Myatt. Torres goes by. Cole Baker's a lap down with some right side. No, he doesn't have right side damage. I apologize. But now we're going to see what's going to happen here. Baskinger, or I'm sorry, Bisceglia nearly got into the back of Dodd. once again, Action Terra is trying some crazy strategy here. How predictable. Where Ace Vito and Halleck have actually been very slow on track, but they've been saving fuel. I think they're going to try and make it on one stop. It's going to be a stretch for them to do it. Everybody else is on a two-stop strategy. However, if Halleck and Ace Vito pull off a one-stop strategy, they will most certainly be in the lead, provided if there's either a caution now. If there's a caution now, they're going to be in the lead and get to pit under yellow. Or if there is a green flag run all the way to the end of this race. So staying out, I don't see much of an issue staying out if you're Ace Vito or Halleck. Chris Dodd would have to bring it down pit road again, and that could be his championship hopes right there. He did not need another bad run. However, they are working on some tire wear there. However, he could be short pitting, and that could get him out early, but I don't know if I like this strategy call if I'm Dodd or BFM, but we're hearing it was, they got the hood up for a second there. They're checking something. Tough break for Dodd. And Ace Vito might be leading the race, but he is definitely holding up some of the lapped cars because of it. Ace Vito and Halleck are being very incredibly stingy with their fuel. I think Halleck is just pitted, actually. Yeah, Jack Halleck's pitted, so... Oh, that's going to be close. I don't know if they're going to make it on fuel all the way to the end, but Ace Vito pits now as well. Blake's coming in as well. Blake might be short pitting, though, so... that could be an interesting strategy. I'm thinking that this could be a race where short pitting could be a big factor. Meanwhile, the field is getting lapped. This is John Arndt has been lapped by Polyakov and Jones and is getting lapped by Maya right now. Bouchard's going to go a lap down. Lamas is going to go a lap down. Freeze is getting close. Moss and Davidson have had a good run, though, on pit stop strategy. They have one of the fastest pit crews around. DJ Curtis, a major championship contender, not having a good day. He's in the last point spot, and that is not good for Curtis. Cole Baker down the order as well. And Alex Rowe, one of the main championship contenders, is not having a good day here in Donet City. Nico Polyakov, the race leader, is massively held up in traffic, and this is where Bobby Jones and Madeline Maya need to really pounce here, is while Polyakov is in heavy traffic, this could be a big run here for Jones, and Jones is looking like he's going to pounce on this. However, Jones and Madeline Myatt are more concerned with battling each other rather than Polyakov right now, and hoping to get him on the pit stop cycle here. Polyakov is having a very strong run so far in this race, and with pit stop strategy, the FNS Marlone Brigade might not be actually too far off. Madeline Maya now is going for second position here on Bobby Jones. However, I don't know if she's going to get it here. That's a pretty late dive. Still has the nose underneath him, though. Maddie Myatt's just got to get that BFM engine strong here, but the Mercedes and Bobby Jones's car is one of the strongest engine combos with cars in the field. It just isn't the most reliable. And now here comes Maddie Myatt down low again. Just got to get off these corners pretty sanely here. And it looks like that Mercedes engine of Jones is definitely more powerful than Maddie Myatt. Can he close the gap? As it looks like Polyakov is going to pit there. This is now the battle for the lead for the time being, and it looks like Maddie Myatt's not going to get it so far. It looks like Jones is actually on the outside. Bobby Jones makes the move stick. Polyakov leaves the pits while the 3 and the 81 are in right now. And I mentioned, I'm sorry, it would not be a one-stop race for the Action Terrors. It would be a two-stop race. I apologize. These guys are maybe on a 3-stop strategy. These guys are going to be close. However, the 60 and the 80 are looking like possible geniuses. I messed up the callback. It's actually the 80 of Halleck's in front of Ace Vito's, so Halleck would take the lead of the race. Meanwhile, Vincent Allen has taken over the lead of the race here. We're looking to see where the 81 is on track. The 81's coming out of the pits. Where's up with the 81, and where is the car they were racing against? Where's the 23, actually? Oh, no. Did the 81 get another bad pit stop? I believe that is the case. The 81 had an atrocious pit stop. Where's Bobby Jones and all this? Oh man, that is a really bad pit stop for the 81 crew. So once again, the BFM pit crew screws over poor Maddie Myatt. And if it comes down to a pit stop in this championship, I'm pretty sure BFM is going to lose it for her. There's no questioning it. However, we would have a yellow flag for seemingly nothing. Oh no, Polyakov broke down. The race leader has broken down, or well, the provisional leader had broken down, and that brought out the yellow flag. So now you have Halleck, Jack Halleck, a rookie, and Grayson Ace Vito, the only cars on the lead lap. So Action Terra, with their opposite of BFM pit stop strategy, just snookered everybody. On the restart, however, Bobby Jones would lead because Halleck and them had to pit. A couple of cars got their lap back, who they didn't lap. So it's right now Bobby Jones, Torres, Fitzwater, and Alex Allen. And actually, I think Bisceglia is as well on the lead lap. And Bisceglia is looking very strong as well. As we go through the order up, Baskinger is going to make up a boatload of points today, Ace Vito, and then Halleck. So that was an incredibly good pit call there by the two Action Terras. They're slow, yes, but no one else really pitted other than them. Now, the caution may have saved a couple drivers for Polyakov breaking down. However, it's going to hurt a couple others, and Bobby Jones might end up winning this race because of strategy. Bobby Jones, as this race would go on, would have to battle with Zachary Fitzwater for the victory. This is for the win of this race is between Jones and Fitzy. Remember, Fitzy's got a clear track to both sides of him. Jones is battling through lap traffic. And this is where things are going to get crazy. However, Bobby Jones would take the white flag, and as long as he can maintain a good gap here, however, this isn't good. White flag for Jones as there's Fitzwater back there. And if Fitzy can get to the inside, which I don't think he's going to, he might have a shot here. Rowe is a lap down, of course, in 34th position, actually 2 laps down. And I don't think Fitzwater's going to have a shot. I think Bobby Jones is going to get his first victory here in the Exbalto Islands here in Donet City. He goes down low underneath Noah Hart, coming through the final corner, and the first race of the weekend is going to go to rookie Bobby Jones. Jones picks up his first victory here at Donet City. So Bobby Jones wins round 1. Second place goes to Zachary Fitzwater. Third goes to Alex Allen. Fourth to Kyle Bisceglia. Fifth to Torres. Sixth to Baskinger. Seventh to Ace Vito. Eighth to Halleck. Great points saved by Baskinger. Ninth to Angel. 10th to Caldwell. 11th to Allen. 12th to Maddie Myatt, who had an atrocious weekend, or had an atrocious pit stop there. 13th to Gurian. 14th to Bouchard. 15th to Padkar. 16th to Cortez. 17th to Polyakov. 18th to Moss. Polyakov brought off the yellow despite that he did get back into the race. 19th to Davidson, 20th to Baker, 21st to Monaco, 22nd to Freeze, 23rd to Sanford, 24th to Arndt, 25th to Roush, 26th to Curtis, 27th to Pericles. Not a good run for any of the championship contenders in the leading 3. 28th to Shock, 29th to Shepard, 30th to Lamas, 31st to Kenny Myatt, 32nd to Brock, 33rd to Hart, 34th to Rowe, 35th to Blake, and 36th to Dodd. Let's go on to race 2 of the weekend at the big course. In Sunday morning qualifying, BFM swept out the front row as Gurian is going crazy in the back with Moss. What on earth is going on in the back? But we're going green. Flag is out here. It's a BFM 1-2. Noah Hart's in third, trying to actually take Madeline Myatt. Madeline Myatt did not get a great start. This first turn is a very scary one, to say the least here. Bobby Jones, the short course winner's around, but the race continues on as, looks like Aiden Shepard, DJ Curtis, and a couple other cars had a little fracas there in the back. And Aiden Shepard just pushed over into the 22, and around goes Curtis and Shepard into the wall. They would continue onward, however, and this is what happened on the start. Somehow they got 3 wide, and Gurian was trying to pit, and around they go. Gurian tried to get it to pit road, however, couldn't make it in time, and the car was dying on him, so Gurian would have to get a tow back to the pits. However, after the start of the race now, it is William Brock up into second. Madeline Knight had a really poor start. However, Noah Hart now is on a mission as they go into downtown Donet City, the quote-unquote entertainment section, as Noah Hart is now alongside of Chris Dodd as they go through some of these very twisty bits of the downtown section. Very chaotic section of this track as Hart looks like he's going to take over the lead of this race here as they are beating and banging down the straightaway back into the industrial wing of this town. Ooh, Hart and Dodd make contact. Hart and Dodd are still making contact. They're into the wall. That is not good. Down the track, Madeline Myatt somehow misses it. However, Madeline Myatt's going to get collected, and Brock's going to take over the lead of this race now. And both the BFMs just got taken out there by Noah Hart. And I don't think Johnson Freeman of BFM is going to be very happy with their manufacturer partners, FBM, after that one. Of course, it's no coincidence that FBM and BFM, or FBR, I'm sorry, FBR and BFM are very close allies as there's Charles Sampers all over the back of the 41 and nearly dumps him. Meanwhile, in the front of the field, William Brock's the luckiest man on the track as he has a big lead over his Porsche teammate Alex Allen and Kyle Pachelia. There's Kenny Myatt. He's a great race today. And Brock is looking very strong so far. Back a little further down the field, you see Noah Hart back there as, Arndt goes a little wide there as they're all fighting for position back here. Roush is now battling along with Doran Bouchard. Bouchard forces him wide. He's not going to be able to get it back down before the wall. Gets into Kyle Schock Jr. Schock goes around. The 5 gets collected. The 48's collected. Halleck's collected. And the 46 is collected. So a bunch of cars are going to have a lot of damage after that one as well, as DJ Curtis slams into the side of the 80. Meanwhile, further up the field, you've got a close battle here between Polyakov and the 05 of Freeze. Freeze gets turned into the Onco barrier. Round they go through the field. Polyakov's upside down. Rose collected. Madeline Myatt's collected. And those are 2 of your main championship contenders coming into this weekend out of the race. Well, we think they're out of the race at least. I'm pretty sure as Polyakov is out. And Madeline Myatt's got a lot of front-end damage to her car, so her Exalted weekend's not going to go well. There's Dodd also. Looks like he wrecked out of the race as well. No, Chris Dodd just blew up. As there's Noah Hart, a driver that he is not very happy with. And Dodd would just fall out of the race and park it right there, off the racing line. Smart move by Dodd. Alex Allen from second position would have to pit with a tire going down along with Fitzwater. There's a ton of debris out there. So they are going to lose a couple of spots on the track as well as Torres comes in as well, hit the same piece of debris. Problems for Doran Bouchard. He was involved in one of the earlier wrecks and is blowing up now, so tough break for him. Meanwhile, William Brock has a humongous lead over second place Kyle Pachelia and third place Kenny Myatt. This is the kind of race Myatt needs. Also, John Hart caught the wall back there and nearly took out points leader coming into the weekend, Nick Pericles. And Pericles is going to gain a spot that way. This is a race that Pericles kind of needed because Pericles needs points going into this after losing out a lot of chances for points in the short course race. Pachelia and Myatt now set to do battle over second position. Myatt really needs points coming into a couple more races to go after this run. There's only 2 races to go, and Kenny Myatt, if he wants his 4th championship, hopes for his 4th championship alive, he's got to go for that. And he is fast, to say the least. Myatt's faster than the 6 car. Darren Blake from 4th has blown up, or at least has a problem. Tough break for Blake. He is going to have to get a tow back to the pits and possibly fall out. And that's Gurian blowing up. Gurian's going to do the same thing that Dodd did and pull off the track and stay out of everybody's way, so I think he will at least. Good job by Gurian. Big battle between Eric Monaco and Grayson Ace Vito here as they kind of maneuver their way around the tight streets on this section of the track, the industrial wing of the track of Donet City. And it looks like Monaco's going to lose the position back from Angel actually now, as Angel really dove it in there pretty deep and got a position away from Monaco. William Brock, the race leader, is now lapping his teammate, and his teammate makes his life pretty easy by just bailing out of the way. That's a smart move there by Alex Allen, as the two second and third place cars. This looks like Bisceglia is pulling on Myatt a little bit there. Ooh, big crash in the back, huge crash in the back. That's Darren Blake. And that is that's a nasty crash. Jake Baskinger's in it. Oh boy, that was a big hit I saw back there. I do hope they're all right after that wreck. Yeah, Darren Blake had a very nasty hit into a concrete wall here and head-on hit. Around they go as that's going to put Baskinger up into position. And ooh, driver's side hit by Vincent Allen there. Not a good feeling right there. And you're just going to see here very quickly as well, that did hit a little further forward, so that was good. And Allen wouldn't get out of his car. He had a little shaken up. Darren Blake was the driver who actually had trouble getting out of the car, so we might actually be seeing a he was taken to an Amari, and he was taken originally to an Exbalton hospital. However, eventually he was flown to an Amarian hospital. He was communicating with medical staff. However, we're unsure of the extent of his injuries after that 160-mile impact into a concrete wall. That's not tending to be pretty good. Race leader Brock is in the pits with Kenny Myatt and not sure where he was going. However, with Kenny Myatt and Kyle Bisceglia coming in behind him, Nick Pericles in fourth is bringing it down pit road as well. So Pericles has a big chance to gain a lot of points this weekend. The big gainer on the pit stop cycle, I believe, was Zachary Fitzwater. Fitzwater right now is running second. However, we don't know what strategy he's necessarily on. He's been all over the place. He might still need to pit. And there's Kyle Bisceglia. Myatt lost a couple of spots on the pit stop cycle, as did Pericles. Or not a couple of spots, but lost a bunch of time, as did Pericles. So Becca Moss is in sixth on merit, so good for her. And as predicted, Zachary Fitzwater would have to pit, so Fitzy is in. So now Bisceglia has only Brock to catch him. Brock's going to have some lap traffic to have to deal with as well, such as Halleck and a couple other drivers. And we've already seen the brutal nature of this track. And this track bites hard if you make a mistake on it. And it doesn't look like Halleck's making his life too easy right there to lap him. Halleck can fight for his lap. That is legal. However, just got to be careful because you're entering a really technical part of this track, and Brock is going to want to hold his lead. And contact! Ooh, Halleck is not going to like what Brock did to him here, but he's not going to have much to fight back there as Brock forces Halleck out of the way. Problems for Aiden Shepard. Shepard, I believe, had an engine failure on the track. We're not sure exactly, but it looks like Shepard's going to fall out of the race. A tough break for Aiden Shepard. Kenny Myatt now is catching Kyle Bisceglia for second position once again here as this race goes on. Myatt's looking incredibly strong here as he goes through a couple of more of these corner complexes, and Myatt looks as fast as race leader Brock, which Bisceglia right now doesn't look that quick, to be fair. And Myatt would eventually get the position on Bisceglia as well. He needs to get as many points as he can over Pericles, because if Pericles finishes where he does, it's going to be very hard to gain points on him this year, or this weekend, because Myatt didn't do well at the short course. Brock pits, along with Bisceglia and all the rest. The 9 of Myatt actually stayed out an extra lap here. This could be a very impressive move here if you're Kenny Myatt. So Myatt's going to be one of those drivers you got to watch as this race goes on, because we haven't seen how a pit stop cycle is going to play out yet. There's the 9 on pit road, and there goes Brock by. Brock is going to remain in the lead. However, Myatt is going to need a good race here. Where is the 83 in all this? Or 82 rather. 82 goes by, staying in fourth position. So now it is a all-out battle for second, really, as Brock has a pretty big lead. And Kenny Myatt is closing in on Brock, however, it's definitely not fast enough. And yeah, I'm just looking at Brock. He only has a lap and a half to go. Brock looks pretty much unbeatable here. Ever since that first lap, Shamazel took out everybody good, really. Brock has been fantastic. A major move for the championship would be for Pericles to get by Bisceglia. However, he's not going to get Myatt, obviously, and definitely not going to get Brock. Brock is just sailing on his way home. Fifth, actually, has been pretty stable. It was Sean Angel ever since last pit stop cycle. Monaco's in 6th, Fitzy's in 7th, Arnt's in 8th, Moss is in 9th, and Ace Vito's in 10th, Curtis 11th, 12th goes to Baker, 13th to Caldwell, 14th to Davidson, and 15th is to Noah Hart. However, today's day is all going to be for William Brock, as this weekend has been a Jones-Brock showdown. On the big track, Brock's been pretty quick, and on the small track, Jones was quick, as they rocket down back into the industrial section for the final time. William Brock only has a couple corners to go, maybe a handful of corners to go. I think 3 corners to go now before he wins the Exbalton long course race. And William Brock is going to come through the final section of corners to win the long Exbalton race here at Donet City. Great showing by William Brock. Second goes to Kenny Myatt, who's going to pick up some valuable points, and Kyle Bisceglia just holds off Nick Pericles right at the line. Let's go down to your full finishing results and your points, leaving the Exbalto Islands. So William Brock wins the race with Kenny Myatt second, Kyle Bisceglia third, Nick Pericles fourth, Sean Angel fifth, Fitzwater sixth, Monaco, Arndt, Moss 7th, 8th, and 9th, Ace Vito 10th, Baker 11th, Davidson 12th, Noah Hart 13th, Curtis 14th, Caldwell 15th, Jones 16th, 17th goes to Torres, 18th goes to Halleck, 19th goes to Freeze, 20th to Allen, 21st to Shepard, 22nd to Baskier, 23rd to Vincent Allen, 24th to Madeline Lyon, 25th to Blake, 26th to Gurian, 27th to Dodd, 28th to Yakov, 29th to Bouchard, 30th to Rowe, 31st to Padkar, 32nd to Sanford, 33rd to Shock, 34th to Roush, 35th to Loomis, and 36th to Estavas Cortez. Let's go down to your points leaving the round of the Exbalto Islands. With only 2 races to go in the championship, there are only 5 cars mathematically left in this championship fight. You have to be within 64 points leaving the round of the weekend here in Donet City. And Nick Pericles, Madeline Myatt, Alex Rowe, Jake Baskier, and Kenny Myatt. I'm sorry, 6 drivers, because DJ Curtis is still technically in mathematical contention. He would need a miracle, though. He would definitely need a miracle. There's no question about it. He needs a miracle for that. He would need to win both races, and Nick Pericles not finish in the top 25 in either of them to win the championship. DJ Curtis would. And that's going to be pretty hard to do. Actually, now that I think about it, it might be only 62 points that he would need. So Curtis could be mathematically eliminated anyway. Myatt and Basking are long shots. They pretty much are going to need to win Texas if they're going to stay in mathematical contention and hope that Pericles has a bad day. Myatt definitely needs Pericles to have a bad day. Baskinger might be able to get away with Pericles getting a top 10 as long as he wins, but Alex Rowe's results as of late haven't been strong either. I'm thinking it could be a 2-car battle at the top between Pericles and Madeline Myatt going into Port Skyline. Or we could end up seeing Nick Pericles lock up the championship early. Who knows? Sebastian Torres, Dodd, Bisceglia, Brock, Angel, Sanford, Arndt, Padkar, Allen, and all the way down the field, they are all mathematically eliminated. We'll go to... And with that being said, I think Alex Rowe just won Rookie of the Year. No one's beaten Alex Rowe this year for Rookie of the Year. Good job to him. Bobby Jones has taken over second position over Darren Blake and Cole Baker. Baker, that's a close battle for Rookie of the Year between Baker, Blake, and Jones for second. However, Rowe is got this. You have no question about that. So without further ado, we will see you next time for the round of Texas Motor Speedway in No Limits, Texas. We'll see you then.